Game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cordero Patterson. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are on the board first. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Drake Jackson
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. On the left side, Gallup's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. Back to throw here. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And Johnson's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. 2nd and 6. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He's going to find Gallup here complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And that's a nice throw right there, and I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times, and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Mitchell.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll try to run with Mitchell.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Touchdown! Cordero Patterson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front...
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Second half will start with a run by Patterson.
Good footwork at the 30. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his man, it's Gallup.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
25 yards that time.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give him the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. And he
takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
But defensively, didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you want.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On third down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Buying time to his left.
Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Third down, here's Patterson.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Back to throw now on first down. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire. Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find...
Touchdown, Jaguars! Cordero Patterson. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season.
And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get...
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago. There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
The Chiefs offense set to go. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Ahmad Gardner got downhill quickly and stuck him behind the line.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Dancing to his left.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence.
Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes it...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws.
So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he was definitely the X factor. He had 3 touchdown passes, ran for another, and really had this defense grasping for straws throughout much of this ball game.
So for Jacksonville, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.